100 years ahead of his time, Napoleon seriously considers tunneling under the Channel and using hot air balloons to transport his troops. He may lose 20,000 men during the crossing, but once ashore, the English will be no match for his army. Alarmed by the threat of an invasion, England's Prime Minister William Pitt encourages Napoleon's enemies to converge on the Rhine. In August 1805, Austria and Russia advance on French Bavaria. To forestall an attack, Napoleon abandons his plans to invade Britain. Instead, he marches his troops from the Channel to the Danube River and renames them the Grande Armée. His goal is to stop the Austrians before they link up with the Russians. On October 20th, Napoleon surrounds the town of Ulm and captures 57,000 men without firing a shot. By now, the French are exhausted, and the Russians are closing in. But for Napoleon to halt or retreat is unthinkable. He is determined to lure his foes into a decisive battle. Near the small town of Austerlitz, he sets a trap. The Russian army, led by Tsar Alexander, and the Austrians, led by Emperor Francis II, descend on the French, believing they are weak and on the run. But Napoleon is confident. He tells his staff, "Before tomorrow night, this army will be mine." In a flash of genius, he orders his troops to evacuate Austerlitz and the surrounding plateau at dawn. The next day, the centerpiece of his strategy will unfold. The eve of the battle coincides with Napoleon's first anniversary as emperor, and his troops stage an impromptu celebration. As he moves from outpost to outpost, he greets his men by name, laughs, and tells jokes. Soon, thousands are lighting torches, the now famous bivouac fires of Austerlitz, and cheering "Vive la France." The next morning, a thick mist conceals the opening scene of Napoleon's drama. Then, as the sun rises and the fog lifts, the Russians see the French leaving. Believing they are in retreat, 25,000 Russian grenadiers charge in pursuit. In front of them is a hill, which masks the main body of Napoleon's army. As soon as the Russians hit the flats, Napoleon unleashes his troops, cutting his bewildered enemy in two. Napoleon crushed a formidable army and a dangerous alliance with one of the most brilliant maneuvers in military history. But in a letter to Josephine, he's uncharacteristically humble. "I have defeated the Russian and Austrian army commanded by two emperors," he wrote. "I am a little tired." For Napoleon, there will be no rest. Word has reached him that 6 weeks earlier, off the Spanish coast at Cape Trafalgar, Admiral Nelson attacked the French fleet, knocking half their ships out of commission. Nelson paid for his victory with his life and ended Napoleon's dream of invading England. He will have to settle for the continent. The French Empire now stretches 1,500 miles from the Atlantic Ocean to Central Europe. Ruling it becomes a family business. His brother Joseph is crowned King of Naples and later King of Spain. Louis, King of Holland. Jerome, King of Westphalia in Germany. Each takes Napoleon as his last name, proof of their loyalty to the emperor. Only England remains unconquered. In 1807, Napoleon devises another plan to destroy his neighbor. He puts an embargo on all British goods. But he needs Russia to make it work. Napoleon meets the young Tsar on a raft in the middle of a river. They charm each other. After dinner, they drink tea and discuss politics and philosophy. Napoleon leaves convinced he's made a friend. But enforcing their treaty will now take Napoleon into the very heart of Tsarist Russia. By age 40, Napoleon Bonaparte's empire has reached its zenith. He controls the destiny of 70 million people by force of will and personality. But without an heir, the empire is doomed. His only son, by Maria Waleska, is illegitimate. His marriage to Josephine has spawned countless rumors of infidelity, but no offspring. Ironically, after 13 years, she loves him more than ever. But after a terrible fall from a balcony years earlier,